Today, we're riding the 2025 Honda NC750X manual transmission fitted right here in Lagos, Nigeria. I've spent real time with this bike in traffic, on open roads, and through the chaos we actually ride in. In this video, we're breaking down how it feels, how it pulls, how it handles, and whether this practical bike is secretly one of the smartest motorcycles you can buy right now. Let's get into it. Hi guys, good afternoon. It's another great day to film an amazing bike, an amazing motorcycle for you guys. This is the 2025 Honda NC750X, a beautiful adventure bike that Honda released on the market last year. And this unit is available in Lagos, Nigeria, for sale. Yeah, but that's not the main reason for this video, not to market it to you guys, but to basically ride this bike and give you a first user review, of how it rides and how it feels. This bike has been an upgrade from the 2023-2022 NC750X. And it features a TFT screen, as you can see on the dash, which gives you a lot of beautiful user experience, so to say, as you can pair up Bluetooth and listen to music and do a bunch of stuff on the dash. Now let's get to my riding experience after being on this bike for about 15 to 20 minutes now. I did a bit of sprinting on it, getting used to how it handles, so I'll be able to give you a very honest review of how it rides. So so this particular bike rides really well. Yeah, it does. I love the response to the control, so the control system. It rides really smooth. It's that kind of bike that you ride when you don't want to be an aggressive rider, so to speak. It's a beautiful sport touring machine, and from riding it so far, it rides beautifully in the city right here as I am taking it across the streets of Lagos, Nigeria, and it's just cruising. I'm just cruising with it. It rides really fun, to be very frank and honest. Man, this one is a very much graded one, so to say, with about 1,376 miles on the dash. If there's one thing Honda does well, Honda builds very strong, durable, and reliable motorcycles, and this is not an exception. I used to own a 2015 Honda NC750S, and now riding on this particular unit is very beautiful. It's a full circle movement for me, but now with better upgrades and better options, on this particular unit I have with me. So very soon I'll be getting to where we take a quick review of this particular unit. And I'm a fan of manual transmission bikes. This particular one is fitted with manual transmission. It's a manual transmission unit. I've been seeing a lot of reviews on the dual clutch transmission unit. I'm not a fan of dual clutch transmission unit motorcycles. I really like this one. I love riding bikes that make me feel alive. Not so much of a fan of motorcycles that you have to allow your engine do the gear shifting on your behalf. You know, it's a really busy day on the streets of Lagos today, which is not unusual. You know, that's Lagos for you. I'm trying to navigate to a suitable environment where I can review this bike, if that makes sense to you guys, because it definitely makes sense to me. Lagos is a quite very busy city, and I'm just being very cautious riding this bike because it's not loud at all, and I'm someone who likes to ride loud bikes, especially for the fact that I'm riding them in Lagos. You know, Lagos is somewhere where riding is already an extreme sport, not to now talk of riding a silent motorcycle, you know. So far, I'm having a beautiful riding experience on this bike, if I'm being very honest with you guys. I mean, it feels like I'm floating. It has the same feel that the African Twin has, and you know, it weighs way much more lighter than the African Twin. And I like how the gears just goes quiet when you're slow, and then it doesn't feel really heavy. The bike doesn't really feel heavy, if I'm being honest. It doesn't feel heavy at all. So I'm riding through Falomo Square, IKOYI, Lagos, Nigeria right now. On this beautiful piece of machinery. It's such a comfortable bike to ride. It doesn't have that torque, like so much of that torque as we're used to having on, you know, higher CCs and street bikes, but it rides like a dream. And this is not even me being patronizing. It's just telling you the truth of my experience riding on this bike. Look how I'm gliding through traffic on this baby, to be very frank. Like, I'm just gliding through like with ease. The forks don't feel heavy at all, so it's quite lightweight. I mean, if you're someone who really enjoys traveling and enjoying the art of traveling and touring on your motorcycle, you should check out this NC750X. And if you as well enjoy everyday riding, it's a really amazing bike for that. But not for someone who loves adrenaline. Definitely not. I mean, it rips, but not just as much as you may want it to. So that's why I say what I say. You know? So now I'm on Glover Road, Ikoyi, where the high and mighty live in Lagos. This can be likened to the Beverly Hills of California. In a way, due to how expensive it is to own a property on this side of Lagos. So if you're an investor or someone looking to live in Lagos, Nigeria, I mean, it's a pretty much decent, over much more decent an area to live due to the proximity to a lot of places that may interest you within Lagos, and security, and living in comfort and luxury. Nice. Alright, so I just got to where I'm gonna be reviewing this particular unit. It's a really good unit, so I'm here where I want to like go over the review and look at this particular machine. So I mean, if you're taking a look at it, this is the Honda NC750X, the 2025 model, looking amazing, so to speak. Okay, so let's get right into it. Hello guys, good afternoon. Yeah, so here we are live, and I'm gonna be taking you guys on a quick review. It has got an inbuilt box system where you can store something as large as a helmet, which has been standard practice on most years of Honda NC750X that you can find. A lovely POV of this beautiful motorcycle right here. It's such a fun bike to own. And see, it's got like all the fittings here if you want to like mount your top box on it. It's got like an extra angle on the side if you need to like mount side boxes. It's just a proper touring machine. Fantastic piece of machinery right here. I'll be taking you guys through the looks of this beautiful piece of machine. In terms of the overall design, the NC750X sits somewhere between a commuter bike and an adventure style machine. It has that slightly taller stance, longer suspension travel, and upright ergonomics that gives it a bit of that adventure bike character. But at the same time, it's still very practical and manageable for everyday riding. So whether you're riding through the city during the week, going out for longer rides on the weekend, or even planning a short tour, the bike feels like it was built with versatility in mind. Another feature that makes this bike really interesting is the storage compartment up here. At first glance, it looks like where the fuel tank should be, but Honda actually relocated the fuel tank and turned this space into a storage area. And this might sound like a small thing, but in real life it's incredibly practical. You can fit a full face helmet in here, you can throw in a backpack, camera gear, groceries, whatever you need for the day. So instead of always worrying about carrying a backpack or adding extra luggage, you've got this built-in storage that's just ready and easy to use. It's one of those design choices that really shows Honda was thinking about how people actually use their motorcycles day to day. Beautiful radiators in here. From the moment you sit on it, the first thing you notice is the overall riding position. It's very upright, very relaxed, and immediately comfortable. The handlebars are wide enough to give you good leverage, and the sitting position puts you in a place where you feel in control of the bike without feeling like you're leaning forward or putting pressure on your wrists. And honestly, that upright position becomes really useful in real world riding. one thing I enjoy about Hondas in general is the HISS system. It's the HISS, which has been very standard in most Hondas to this moment, you know. It has been very standard in most Honda bikes. This bike rides like a dream.
Now moving into the cockpit area, right in front of you is the TFT display, and Honda has done something I personally appreciate here. They kept it functional and readable. It's a full digital screen, but it's not trying to be overly complicated. You've got your speed, gear indicator, fuel level, riding mode, trip information and range all clearly displayed. The layout is clean and the information is presented in a way where you don't have to think too much about it. You glance down, you get in the information you need, and your attention goes straight back to the road. Because when you're riding, especially in a place where traffic can be unpredictable, the last thing you want to do is to be digging through menus while moving. Now the screen also supports smartphone connectivity, which is something riders are starting to expect more and more on modern motorcycles. Once your phone is connected, you can access navigation prompts, handle calls, and control music directly through the system. So if you're someone who commutes daily or takes longer ride, that connectivity adds a bit of convenience without making the bike feel overly tech heavy, you know. The power delivery is very smooth and predictable. The engine gives you usable power across the rev range, which makes the bike feel relaxed but still capable. When you roll on the throttle, it responds in a way that feels controlled rather than sudden. And that makes it a really friendly bike to ride, whether you're commuting, going on longer rides, or even stepping up from a smaller motorcycle. Another thing that stands out is the overall balance of the bike. The weight distribution feels stable, and once the bike is moving, it doesn't feel heavy or intimidating at all. You get this sense of confidence when you're riding it. The bike feels planted, predictable, and easy to handle whether you're going through corners or just cruising along. And that's something a lot of riders appreciate, a motorcycle that feels cooperative rather than demanding.
This is the standard mode right here. As you can see, this is the sport mode. So let's see what this bike does on its sport mode right here. And let's see if there's any much difference from the standard mode which it has been on. So the bike here isn't very much lazy, but I mean, for 750cc, it's not talky even on the sport mode, but it's decent. But probably because I've been riding, I'm used to riding bikes, I've got a lot of torque in them. That's why I'm probably not so impressed with the sport mode which it has got. And now it's not raining, so I can't live in a rain mode. And one thing I really love about the bike is how much it goes silent on it goes really silent on very low revs, which, you know, signifies a very healthy engine in it. And there's user 2 mode, of course, which you can customize according to your riding style. And back to standard mode. I think it's very much fun to ride. Rides like an African twin, but with lesser power. It's got very nice ground clearance too. can see it just goes quiet. It's trying to tell you, okay, you can rig me how you like, but as soon as you want me quiet, I'm quiet. And that's something that, you know, that's so lovely for a mid-range bike. It's not overly aggressive, and it's got the power to get you moving. Of course, it's Lagos. I've got to honk my horn because they don't leave any lanes for single wheel vehicles. So I don't know wherever you're watching from, but probably it's nice for you to see how life is like in Lagos, Nigeria, West Africa, Africa. So stay tuned to see more of Nigeria through my lens and my surrounding as I review more bike and show you guys our motorsport culture in Africa. Look at it, just goes absolutely quiet, and I love that. Just gotta check if my mic is still attached. Here it is. So yeah, how you doing? Nice to see you. But this is life in Nigeria, really. Damn. I'm so much cooking under my jacket because it's very hot. What's the temperature saying? Ouch. Welcome to Lagos, where they don't obey traffic laws. Absolute quietness. I love it. Absolute quietness. If you're someone, and I'm repeating again, if you're someone who enjoys gliding on the road, this is the bike for you. You're not someone who is obsessively violent with your throttle, this is the particular one for you.